I've been quite harsh on the VA of late, but my disgruntledness is not without validity. It's not without reason. I could start and tell you about over 20 years ago. I think I will. You may not listen to all my ramblings, but over 20 years ago, when I enrolled in the VA system, I didn't have a primary care physician, so they told me to go to the emergency room because I had a claim pending with the VA. And so I go, and they do what they're supposed to do, but they say, don't come back. But the doctor actually, but before I got into the primary care, they wanted me to come back. So the next time I go back, they say, don't come back. The next time I go back, they say, we're not going to treat you no more. Go away and don't come back. So I walk throughout the hospital for hours, trying to find a patient advocate, which I find, and he finds a high-ranking doctor, and the doctor goes back to the emergency room and says, treat this person until he gets in and gets his primary care physician. They say, yes, ma'am, we will do that, and they're all smiles. But the next time I go back, they say, don't come back. Okay, fortunately, I got a primary care physician after that. Now, over the years, and even not too long ago, they'll cancel your appointment, but they can't cancel it themselves because it goes bad on their record. So what they do is they call you up and they say, if you'd like to cancel and reschedule, you can do that in a more convenient time for you. If you want to do that, you can do that. And they'll keep saying stuff like that. And if they get you to say you want to cancel, if they get you to say you want to reschedule, then they put it on the record and it doesn't go against them. Isn't that smart? That's a smart thing to do. That is very smart if you're a crook. Okay. Just this last time I went to the VA, they gave me a shot in both arms. I'm thankful for the shots. And the person was very pleasant. And after they gave me the shots, they began asking me questions. And they said, I think I should have asked you that question before I gave you the shots. Well, no harm. I mean, the questions are the same every year, and every year the answer's the same, so no big deal. It's just the principle of it. I don't know. And I used to have an appointment every year in March, but then it got moved to May. And when they made me the appointment this year, it's going to be moved next year, 2026, to June. Pretty soon I'll be going in December. Because if they just shift a little bit, or if they call you up and get you to say, oh, okay, if I need to reschedule, if I need to cancel it, and it doesn't go against them, they're perfectly fine with that. Now go to my compensation claim. They're liars and cheaters. Now, with my particular claim, you could only deny my claim with clear and unmistakable evidence. It doesn't always work that way, but with my particular claim, clear and unmistakable. Okay, they deny it the first time, regional office, clear and convincing evidence. You can't do that. So I appeal. They go over it again, continue the denial. Clear and convincing evidence. You can't do that. So it goes to the Board of Veterans' Appeals. The board judge denies it a third time with clear and convincing evidence. You can't do it. It has to be clear and unmistakable. So I immediately contact the board chairman and make a motion and ask him to vacate the decision because it's illegal and against regulation. He appoints a vice chairman, and the vice chairman does vacate it. But instead of granting my claim, he sends it to a panel of 3 judges. That's because a single judge can't overturn another single judge. You have to have 3 judges to overturn a single judge decision. But instead of them granting my claim, they remand it back to the regional office. And what do you think they do? Deny it with clear and convincing evidence. You can't do that. It has to be clear and unmistakable, at least in my case. I eventually win my claim, but my disgruntledness, if that's a word, is not without reason. I also had to file a claim to get them to correct my percentage, which is listed online. That is, they were paying me the correct percentage, and they sent me a letter every year with the correct percentage, but online the percentage was incorrect, so I had to file a claim to get them to correct the percentage, which they incorrectly put online. Going back to my compensation at the beginning, I saw the best specialists. I mean, the highest ranking, best paid, most prominent specialists. But when they send you an order to go to a compensation exam, it says this is not for treatment. But I saw the best specialist. But since I've been in and being treated by the VA, I haven't even smelled a specialist. I mean, they're virtually useless. I would say you need to give veterans a card that they can go someplace and get any treatment they want. I've even told them before, just give me a card to go to my local veterinarian clinic and I'll get a lot better care than I've ever gotten at the VA. Please do that. If you've gotten to the end of this, then you're a lot more patient than I am, because I don't think I would listen to all this rambling. But thank you if you've gotten to the end. And if you didn't get to the end, well, I completely understand.